look at the location. Is your property in a good location? Is it safe? Go back at night, check it out. See if people are hanging around at night, if they're got guns out, drugs, check all that out. Now, here's what I want to tell you too. Some people are not turned off by that. Some real estate investors look for D properties. Those are considered D and F class properties. There's A properties, B, C, D, F properties. A, of course, is brand new properties. You're next to the Walgreens. You got parks. You got pools. It's just great. Brand new, probably no less than 2-3 years old. Probably people up in there with 800 credit scores. All right. B property is not as new, but it's still a nice neighborhood. Still got great school districts and whatnot. Probably 7 years old, 10 years old. And then C is average, right? Decent school district. The houses are not as old, but people care about their community to keep the trash picked up. They maintain their houses. And then you get into the D and F where it's not as great, right? Not a whole lot of job market. Probably the crime rate is higher. The schools are not that great. Now, here's what I can tell you. I've watched people who've owned D and F properties and they make a killing. Because at the end of the day, people need a place to stay. So you have to determine what kind of landlord or what kind of investor you want to be. Where do you want your properties to be? For me, I'm not really trying to go into the hood because I'm not familiar with that. But you may have some investors that grew up in the hood and they don't mind having properties in the hood because they know that environment. I don't know that environment. I don't want to maintain that environment. I don't even want to have a property manager maintain that environment. So for me, I'm not really looking for new builds right now. That's class A. I'm generally looking for C class properties, right? Average properties in decent neighborhoods. Whether it's a rundown house, an ugly house, beat down house in a great neighborhood that I can go in and fix, or whether it's turnkey. Turnkey meaning that the property is fine, it's ready to put a tenant into it, or it already has a tenant in. Those are the type of properties I'm looking for, typically in the C class. Okay, I don't mind if it's in a rural area because I live in a rural area, and again, I get 3 to 4 people asking me for a place to rent every freaking day. I want to say that again. I get 3 to 4 people asking me for a place to rent every freaking day. So you have to determine the location. Are you good with the location? Is it safe? Are you comfortable with it? That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what another investor thinks. It's how do you feel? You need to look into, is the property easy to access? Learn more by signing up for my free webinar at moneywithrealestate.com. That's right, free webinar. Sign up at moneywithrealestate.com.